Lucia Caminos and Jason Duval. These are two protagonists for GTA 6, and while we already knew their first names due to the leaks back in 2022, we didn't know much about them up until yesterday morning. Along with the trailer yesterday, we also got some new details about Jason and Lucia. We now know their last names and we know just a little more about them. Gonna be reading the descriptions on Rockstar's page. So, starting off with Lucia Caminos. Lucia's father taught her how to fight as soon as she could walk. Life has been coming at her swinging ever since. Fighting for her family led her in Leonida Penitentiary, and sheer luck got her out. Lucia's learned her lesson. Only smart moves from here. I guess what we can take away from this is that Lucia, she's never had it easy in life, right? Things have never been handed to her, and we also know that she's a fighter. She's not someone who's just gonna let things go. It says here she was put in prison fighting for her family, so we know she's gonna fight for the people she loves. Now, I do wonder with that statement, fighting for her family landed her in Leonida Penitentiary. I wonder if this was like a one-time thing or something that happened multiple times, and it just got to the point where enough was enough and they just put her in prison. Now, back to the description. More than anything, Lucia wants the good life her mom has dreamed of since their days in Liberty City, but instead of hack big fantasies, Lucia is prepared to take matters into her own hands. So with this, we now know that Lucia previously lived in Liberty City. We don't know if she was born there, but honestly, I kind of get the feeling she wasn't born there. This isn't anything said in the descriptions. I'm just kind of, putting my own opinion out there. And this statement kind of gives the notion that her father was only there maybe in the early stages of her life, maybe until she was, 10 years old or something like that. And then her mom was there for the rest of her life. What I'm kind of getting so far from reading a little bit of Lucia's backstory, and I'm kind of just spitballing here, but maybe her parents or just her father were involved with some things that weren't exactly family friendly, right? Not suitable for a family, and maybe her father got killed because it kind of seems like the way they're talking about him and her mother that the father's out of the picture, maybe dead. And that left Lucia's mom just to take care of her alone. Now Lucia's all grown up and she's been fighting for a better life for both her mother and herself. The only thing that matters is who you know and what you got. A life with Jason could be your way out. Fresh out of prison and ready to change the odds in her favor, Lucia's committed to her plan no matter what it takes. So yeah, she's fresh out of prison, trying to change her life for the better now. Apparently she's got some sort of plan to, I don't know, just have a better life in general with Jason. And it says she's committed to this plan no matter what it takes. And obviously we can tell because she's out here robbing banks now and getting involved with criminal conspiracies. So essentially what I've gathered so far about Lucia is that she's a go-get-em type of girl, right? She doesn't wait for things to come to her. She's going to go and get it. She gets what she wants no matter the cost. She's driven, strong-willed, and most importantly, loyal. And we know this because apparently she was thrown in prison for fighting for her family. So yeah, that's Lucia Caminos. Next up, Jason Duval. Jason wants an easy life, but things just keep getting harder. Jason grew up around grifters and crooks. After a stint in the army trying to shake off his troubled teens, he found himself in the Keys, doing what he knows best, working for local drug runners, and it might be time to try something new. So just like Lucia, Jason didn't have an easy childhood either. Apparently, after his teens were just troublesome, he joined the army hoping to change for the better. And after that, I guess he moved to the Leonida Keys and started doing some local drug running. But it seems now, after reuniting with Lucia, maybe he wants to do something a little different, maybe something a little more legal. If that's the case, they do not end up doing that at all. If anything happens, I'm right behind you. Another day in paradise, right? Meeting Lucia could be the best or the worst thing to ever happen to him, but Jason knows how he'd like it to turn out. But right now, it's hard to tell. So it seems like Jason really wants to have a future with Lucia. It seems like both of them really want to have a future with each other. But I'm guessing because she just got out of prison, it's kind of hard to tell where things might go between the two of them. Nonetheless, it seems he really wants to have a future with her. So yeah, at first sight, it seems like Jason is very similar to Lucia in that he's loyal and he fights for the people he cares about. I also get the feeling that Lucia and Jason are really going to balance each other out despite them being pretty similar, it seems. I get the feeling Lucia is a little bit more of a hothead than Jason. Originally, I used to think that, after seeing the first trailer, that she was just kind of straight up a hothead, right? Like she was quick to get into fights and escalate situations when they needed to be de-escalated. But after seeing trailer 2, it seems she's a little more toned down than that. Doesn't seem like she's scared of confrontation at all. Like if you come at her, she's gonna start swinging. And it also seems like she actually knows how to fight. So yeah, she's not afraid of a low confrontation. But I get the feeling Jason's gonna be, I guess, the more reasonable one, the more, I don't know what you want to call it, mature one, because he was in the military. He'll show a little more restraint than I guess Lucia. We know Lucia has a history of, I guess, fighting, right? Obviously, she's done it for good reasons, but I guess she still has that history, so she might be a little bit more impulsive than Jason. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it could lead to bad things. So I guess it's good that they have each other to, I guess, balance each other out. So yeah, that's pretty much all we know about Lucia and Jason, our two protagonists in GTA 6. I'm sure we'll learn a little bit more once we get closer to the release date, May 26, 2026, assuming it still follows that release date. But as always, let me know your thoughts in the comments and like the video if you like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.